So this is timeless. Look, you have the Chariot, the Five of Cups, the Queen of Cups. You have someone from the past who is remembering you, that wish that you would be in their life to give them hugs and to show them love. And they're quite regretful that they were disrespectful to you and they were very dismissive. Well, but it's okay, because you Leos learn from dealing with these people. You have to take the time to get to know the person, and you always have to play the long game. It's not about playing the short game. And that if you play the long game, very quickly you'll find out if a person is wasting your time, right? Or if a person is dysfunctional to be with, or if a person actually has some form of value. Look, the Queen of Swords now represents how, since that's the case, a lot of you Leos are going to cherish your time of being alive and enjoy your life. The Magician represents, people, like it is, I said before, people had their chance. And, now they're over here wishing that they had somebody like you, Leos, in their life to legitimately had their back. Leo can be a zodiac sign when y'all care about somebody, y'all really go above and beyond that in Virgo. So the Seven of Cups now represents, as a result of this, you have a lot of options as well. Like I was just talking about in one of my earlier Leo readings. I don't necessarily know if it was a week ago or a week or two ago, but a lot of you Leos have other options that you could be getting to know. And a lot of you Leos are getting to know those options that you do have. It's just that the question is, when you're honest about you having options, are those people going to take it? And are they going to respect it? And are they going to be the best qualified person to be in a relationship with you? Or are they going to look at it because they have huge egos and go, look, I'm not going to compete? So the Five of Swords now represents, as a result, the Five of Swords is about how, and the Five of Swords and the Four of Wands really is about how it took you a minute for you to really understand it. It took you a little while for you Leos to really understand the idea of value, right? The idea of valuing yourselves, the idea that, you would put yourself out there and people would give you trash because of it. And now a lot of you Leos are not doing that anymore, because you're not going to squander, you're not going to deliberately, you're not going to jump through hoops. You're not going to squander your own value and what you bring just so that you can impress somebody else. So there's definitely an energy of going after somebody, and if they're not interested, you have other people you can get to know, and you're being honest about that. So, or I should say, a lot of you Leos are being honest about that. So it's not like the person is acting like this is anything new. No, you Leos are telling these people, hey, listen, I'm actually dating somebody else. I'm actually playing the field, right? It's not just a matter of just you in the picture. I have other people in the picture as well. And the Strength now represents, and the Strength is Leo, okay? Strength is Leo. So if those people don't really like it, then they have to respect it and let you go on about your business. Because again, the Magician, you're not going to stop, right? Because far too often people play games. And I just see that a lot of you Leos are just kind of tired of playing the same old song and dance. You want to spice it up a little bit, right? Right? Because Leo rules hot sauce. But, right? You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to spice it up a little bit. You feel me? You actually want to put the hot sauce on it. And what I mean by that is, instead of going one at a time, dating one person at a time, you Leos want to get to know multiple people. That way, again, it's a numbers game. If one person is playing games, you don't have to wait a month, how much time you took in order to know that this person is wasting your time. You're dating 4, 5, 6 people at one time, right? Depending on if you can handle that. So now the death card and the Ace of Pentacles represents, and the idea of people trying to, if you can understand this, but the idea of when you let people know that you're dating multiple people, the idea of people trying to shame you and imply that you should just date one person at a time is nil. A lot of you Leos are like, look, you're not going for it because you know that feeling of feeling like a jerk trying to get to know somebody who ends up wasting, who ends up is goofy and ends up wasting your time and is delusional and you know, throws rocks when they live in a glass house. Because I'm trying to be respectful, yo. But they throw rocks and they live in a glass house. And they're really not as qualified, but they're super opinionated. So I see a lot of you Leos, anybody who gives you that type of interaction with them, then you know this is not the correct person for you off the rip. A lot of you Leos are going to be like, thank you, I appreciate you for coming out. Have yourself a good one. Because they have to, like I said before, there is no other option. They have to accept it. If they don't accept it, that's a dub. Because, again, you Leos know what it's like. You Leos know what it's like to date one person at a time. And it's trash sometimes. And then you do that multiple times. And then when you come up on options where you're having a good whatever, and a lot of people are interested in you, it's like, oh, wow, okay. More people are interested in me than what I thought. Okay. So, yeah. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Strength. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, the Hermit, Queen of Pentacles. So again, to clarify the Strength, which is Leo energy. Right, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, yeah, like you're done with that. You're done with the gaslighting and the guilt trip and you know, the shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. All of that stupid, nonsensical stuff that wastes time, that doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. You Leos are done with that nonsense. You know, you Leos are done with that nonsense. So, you know, it's gotten you frustrated enough. And a lot of you Leos are just over that. So the Hermit now and the Queen of Pentacles, you've thought about doing something like this for a while. This wasn't just, there's this idea to start dating multiple people and playing the field and letting people know that you're playing the field and being honest about it. I'm seeing that this isn't necessarily something that you Leos originally wanted to do. You originally wanted to date one-on-one, get to know that person one-on-one, but just the sheer numbers of dysfunction and stupidity and how as educated and as how much money they live and how much they do this and how much they do that or whatever. A lot of people are not being honest about their situation. You know, all of this success and financial success and social success and trying to date somebody that's a level up and, you know, and all of this and all of that. I just see that a lot of you Leos are like, listen, this is some bourgeoisie stuck up. Why are we talking too much about money and all of this type of stuff and how much money you have? Because when the rich people get in the same room with each other, they don't ask each other how much money they have, and they usually don't like to talk about money in particular. That's actually something that's That's actually kind of looked down upon when the rich get into a room with one another, or when the rich is in a room with people in general. That's actually seen as kind of disgraceful and disrespectful, because it's this idea of, well, we all got bread, so why are you still trying to size the person up? But again, this is what I mean when I say this bourgeoisie, this boule, trying to pose like they are much better and that they are of a higher class, when in actuality, what makes you noble or what makes you an aristocrat is not necessarily only the money that you attain. What makes one person an aristocrat is the standards and the decency and the bedrock attributes that they possess. But a lot of people are not going to talk about what truly makes an aristocracy. They're just going to act like they're just going to have money, because I don't want to go too far on it, but you've had kings of Europe, like King Charles at one point, right? King Charles at one point owed, right, in European history, King Charles owed a Moor from Moorish history, Michael Fugger, right, owed him how much money, because Michael Fugger actually had more money than the king, and the king came to Michael Fugger asking Michael for money. So just because you are noble, just because you are a king or a queen, does not mean that you are noble. So let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles, right? Leo rules nobility. The Moon, the Magician, Six of Wands, Two of Wands. Again, so for Ace of Pentacles, the Moon and the Magician is about, again, the idea that, let people who have all this dysfunction to hide, let them keep it up. A lot of you Leos are just going to stay away from them and continue to date multiple people and be honest about it. And just whatever person you're not interested in, or whatever person is not really up to speed, if they're not really a good match for you, you're just going to stay away from them. You're just going to tell them, hey, listen, thank you for coming out, but appreciate you. Have a good one. Send them on their way. The Six of Wands and the Two of Wands, right? I'm just doing the handshake thing to be funny. But the Six of Wands and the Two of Wands now is about how, since that's the case, this also really is about how, your own value in comparison to others. And that others may feel like they have the whole world in their palm of their hands, but they're just talking about it. You're actually living the lifestyle that you want, which is what matters at the end of the day. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Oh yeah, please come through, get some of the readings, get some of the books, get some of the hoodies, sweatshirts. All of that can be found in the Linktree link in the comment section below. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website. It has a whole drop-down menu. You can pick and choose whichever one you want. Peace.